trouble on the back straightaway.
Big wreck.
Kyle Busch is against the wall, and other cars are damaged. 49 laps to go. Matt Kenseth is in it. Lot of right front damage.
Just haven't liked this personally. I haven't liked this combination.
It was right there on the exit of the corner. It looked like his car was a little bit loose to begin with.
Allmendinger spins.
You know, that could have been one of those situations where the 18 was closing on the car in front of him. I think it may have been Menard, and had to get out of the throttle just a teeny bit, and that's what caused the 20 car of Logano to turn him.
And we actually documented Kyle Busch said earlier in the race, I do not like being hit in my left rear.
Yeah, it's the 27. They come up here, and maybe Kyle has to lift a little bit, and when he does, Joey doesn't know it, obviously, and maybe that was part of the problem.
Yeah, Darrell, about 6 cars ahead of them, even up at Jeff Burton and Boyer. Cars were starting to drift up to the high side. That hole was closing up, and it just accordioned back to Kyle Busch and Logano.
Yeah, as fast as they're closing, you know, if you lift this a little wee bit, the guy that I said, like, you don't know what he's doing. You just follow along blind. Let's see if we can tell if these 78 and the 27 do anything. Yeah, it's hard to say.
Now, Allmendinger spun. I'm not sure if there was any damage to the 43. All green flag stops.
Whoa, Kyle Busch is around. Big wreck.
Wow. There's
Dale Jr. got involved.
Oh, Jr.'s in it, and Matt Kenseth.
And Ty Dillon and Eric Jones are all piled up in turn 3.
What the heck happened?
The 18 just turned around. I don't know if he got himself in a unique position, or the car got loose right there going in the corner, or he had a tire going down, but it just turned around in front of everybody.
A lot of damage to the 88 car.
And that Toyota plan of drafting together appears to have come undone.
We got to see that again, because I don't know. What happened to that 18 car? I'm like you, Joe. I just saw him start to get sideways.
Kyle Busch, one of the favorites for the 500. And now Dale Earnhardt Jr. is on the 5-minute crash damage clock. Remember, if you can drive it back to pit road, you can try to repair it.
All right, let's see what we got.
There's Kyle Busch.
All by himself.
Boy.
Oh, it just turned. I mean, that has to be a tire. There's no way that car just jumped around like that without something happening to it. I mean, he just lost. That thing just went sideways.
They were working their way through some slower traffic right here. I can't imagine that there was an aero situation there, but
something cut that
it
tire.
Definitely turned around.
Did he make contact with that car he was passing?
It's a good question.
I didn't see any, but we can look at it again.
I mean,
he's just right there. He's all by himself. Now watch. All of a sudden, that car goes around like a left rear tire maybe went down.
Before that, he and Michael McDowell were pretty close together on the racetrack.
Junior almost go up on 2 wheels.
Jimmy Johnson on the inside. Scoots through.
No, that thing just turned around, Mike, all by himself.
You're right. McDowell was nowhere near him.
Right.
Kyle Busch has gone to the garage. He is out of the Daytona 500 per the new crash damage policy rules. Here's what Kyle had to say.
Fantastic. For that left rear. I think it was the right rear. Right rear went down. Just entering turn 3.
Wow.
Nice miss by Elliott Sadler in the 7. A wild ride for Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88. Right here, right up and over the nose of Kyle Busch's car. Wow.
Boy, I tell you, that was lucky.
Now, under the crash damage policy, spin, turn 2, the leader, Kyle Busch.
steering stuck.
The steering stuck. Oh, gosh.
I've had that happen here. Low air, and the box will block up.
And a fire from underneath Mike Skinner's car in turn 4.
Come down pit road.
He's going to drive that thing to the fire truck.
Pit road here. Stop right here.
They can get him to stop right there. The fire truck was right there.
Stop. Stop right here. They don't want you to go down pit road. Stop right there. They'll come out right there.
And that's a good call because there are cans of Sunoco race fuel all up and down pit road waiting to go into cars.
They would. There they are. There they're coming.
And here comes the fire apparatus. And Mike Skinner's car is extinguished.
Mike, I've had that steering stick before after a pit stop. Low air.
So Kyle Busch going for 2 in a row at Bristol, comes off turn 2, spins, and crashes to the inside.
You'll see him go off into turn 1 here. Car turns good right there. You're starting to see some smoke there. Like maybe he had a low tire going down or something.
It looked like power steering fluid, like it blew a line off.
You're probably right, Darrell, because I think that's maybe what the smoke was there. And he just had no steering whatsoever, and you're going to see him go down and get the inside wall. Remember, he comes in here, our points leader.
Here's Digger's view.
I believe that's exactly what happened, Darrell. Something failed on the power steering, a line or something. That's what the trail of smoke was.
The point leader and defending champion of this race, Kyle Busch, crashed but still out there.
Well, Doc, just a couple of years ago, Rick Hendrick got really discouraged with how badly his teams were getting beat by the DEI cars at restrictor plate tracks. Also a little bit discouraged with how there was a gap between his own race cars. So what did he do? He implemented a specialized team completely dedicated to restrictor plate racing. Less than a dozen people. Oh, and we've got trouble on the track, and it's Kyle Busch upside down.
Big time crash. Kyle Busch goes upside down and rolls down across on his roof here on lap 26. Cars comes back over and now side over side barrel rolls and comes to rest on its wheels. A horrific crash here in Talladega on lap 26 involving Kyle Busch, and thankfully the window net is down there. The safety crew's on the scene immediately, and Kyle Busch is climbing out of that car. Wow, listen to this crowd.
Well, that's a true testament to the safety of these race cars. See him just jump out of that car like that. That was what would look like a very violent wreck, but man, he just jumped right out of there. It's a real testament to the safety features that these cars have.
Yeah. I'll show you again here. It doesn't take much here. Now, Kyle Busch, left side of your screen in the 5 car.
Now, he moved to the outside to go around Casey Mears. It looked like Tony was going to go out there to help him, and it could have possibly been a little bit of contact. Yeah, it doesn't always have to be, because you can get yourself out there and all of a sudden the air's changing, and just a horrific wreck. But once again, Kyle Busch gets out and walks away.
We sure did a lot of damage. It looked to me like right here, as we watch this, it looked like that maybe they all started stacking up. It's hard to say that Tony Stewart wasn't getting some help from behind him, maybe even further back than right behind him. Like they're all just kind of stacking up.
Yeah. Yeah, when that happens, usually because everything changes, the air changes, and what you've been doing right there, you might have been wide open at that time, and then all of a sudden things change. And so, you can't put any blame on anybody, I don't think, here. Although I think we do see a little contact between the 33 and the 5. But when he pulls out there, that car is automatically going to start coming back a little bit, because he's come out against a brick wall of wind right there. Even though he's got to run, that car automatically slows down when he pulls out there until he starts getting that help.
So if you're Tony Stewart, and you're trying to get out of the gas and you're getting hit from behind, have you ever had that happen where you get hit from behind and you can't actually slow your car down and try to avoid that wreck?
Somewhat reminiscent of the Brian Vickers, Jimmy Johnson contact in the Cup race last fall. Inconsequential, wasn't intended to happen. One car makes a move, another one just gets a slight tap, and off they go. On board here with David Rudeman.
3 wide. Bracket, back it down, Stay high, good job.
Hey, you can see your tire flying
here of Junior's car. When the 18 of Kyle Busch rolled in on him, how long Kyle had to wait to pick up the gas.
Whoa,
So something just something broke or he lost a tire. How about that?
Second caution of the day for Kyle Busch.
Great camera shot, man.
Great shot.
The point leader coming in, hammered the wall.
Go to the garage. Go to the garage.
Something definitely broke on that car. I don't know if he cut the right front or what, but it actually, you could see that car just took off.
Yeah, watch this replay. But I want to go back to another replay after we see this. You see Kyle go down in the corner, and then all of a sudden the thing turns dead right. That's a flat tire. He hit hard. That's a hard hit.
That was contact from the 88.
Contact with the 88. Remember when they were there, when we were watching the 18 and the 88, and we saw that smoke? If we go back to that shot, because there was constant smoke. It wasn't just a little bit of smoke.
They were leaning on each other's smoke.
Then they got off, and they got off each other.
Goes down in, you'll see the tire blow. You hear it blow. And once that happens, the only thing that's going to stop you is the wall. There's nothing you can do about it.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he dominates, wins at Kentucky, takes over the point lead. Now he's
breaks, and you got all this stuff going on. Oh, and by the way, you've been out there for a couple, 2.5 hours at Bristol.
Yeah, caution.
We got a caution here.
That is
Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch been in the wall.
Up in turns 3 and 4, and has apparently dropped some debris, perhaps. But certainly troubles here for Kyle.
I saw Jeff Gordon pull this move a while ago, and
yep, there goes the debris.
Go between a couple of cars, but a little closer. Then he gets in the wall.
He was racing for 7th spot there.
The car just goes straight after that contact.
Kyle Busch.
Whoa, I think he caught the right rear right against the wall right at the end of that spin.
That was a nice save. He's got a little damage on the right rear corner, but that was a great save.
It really was. I mean, he drove that thing right up there till it touched the wall. Didn't hit it hard. Did bump the right rear, though.
This was the 5th lap of this run for Kyle.
Gets down
he goes in pretty wide.
A little high, yeah. Got in there a little high, and once you get in high, there's just no grip up in that upper groove. See all the dust and dirt flying up, and he is driving his.
Oh, what a great job keeping it out of the wall.
Yeah.
That is fixable right there. I don't think that's a backup car.
No, the spoiler.
Smash, crash.
Huge.
Kyle Busch's bad day continues, and he got Joey Logano as he was sliding down off the wall in turn number 4. Nothing Kyle could do. Joey doing everything he could to avoid him, but could not. Kyle Busch said the car was again snappy loose. He came around at turn 4.
You don't see this every day. Backing down pit road.
Well, I think he can see out the back window better than he can the windshield right now, probably.
I think he's just looking for the garage, to tell you the truth.
See what happened to Kyle Busch and how Joey Logano got involved. Riding with Danica Patrick, it's up ahead.
You'll see Kyle, the car just snaps out from under him again like it did earlier.
Stay to the bottom, stay to the bottom. All clear, all clear.
Down the hill, and when it does, Joey Logano was trying to get by on the inside. You'll see Joey coming along here. Thinks Kyle's going to stay up next to the wall, but the car comes down, and that is amazing.
Yeah, Joey was all the way on the apron.
He felt like Kyle was probably going to stay outside up next to the wall, but the car was just coming down the hill, and look at that 22 car just goes airborne. What an impact. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
Two drivers coming off great runs at Texas last Saturday night. Kyle won, Joey finished 5th.
What I like about that spot from our Fox high-speed camera is that all the deformation of both cars is in front of the windshield, in the crumple zone. The driver compartments stay intact. A hard crash. And
He just wanted to touch him, man. Just wanted to touch him.
Can't get him to the high side. Here he comes.
There he turns him. He turns him.
Busch in the wall.
Oh my God.
Here comes Stewart to the checkered flag. And another car gets in the backside. It's Casey Kane. And they're scattering everywhere as they come to the line.
Some of these guys hit hard, man.
And one of them was Kyle Busch.
They're still hitting hard. Man, that's an ugly finish. But incredible.
Incredible. But that was 100% mirror driving, and that's what you have. That's what Kyle Busch had to do.
That's what Kyle Busch had to mirror drive. Tony Stewart had to put the car there and stick the car where we saw this same thing at Talladega when with the 09 car with Keselowski. He stuck his car in there, he drove it, he put it where it needed to be, and that's the way it was.
Look at the damage to his race car as Kyle Busch crawls out and walks back down the racetrack. The fireworks are going off in the sky, but the fireworks on the racetrack even bigger. Watch this.
Okay, this is the pass that 18 makes on the 14th. Good clean pass. He had a little bit of help.
Wow, he got a great run right there. I don't know where that run come from. It's almost like Tony's car got out from under him or something, because it's almost like Tony checked up. If he could have just put his bumper to him just a little bit and got him loose and slid him up the racetrack. You see him right here. He drives right to that corner right here. When he makes that turn, boom, I want to be right on that 18's corner and force him up the racetrack right there.
Okay, now Kyle's hanging on, but he's going to block. Back, and it just ran himself over the 14 car.
And here's what happened. Just like we talked about at Talladega and everybody talked about, block me once. That's okay. Block me twice, you're going up in the grandstands or you're going in the wall. And that's what happened. The 18 made 2 swipes at him. One to the inside, one to the outside.
Yeah, this one's fair right here. This one's
not fair.
You kind of had it coming.
Yeah, he had that one coming. When you cut back across the hood of somebody after you've blocked him once, and Tony, once he blocked, Tony put the bumper on the outside of him. He was there.
Watch the 9. I think it's a 9 car
gets right in the back.
I mean, just clobbers Kyle Busch.
And these guys, there's a 31 car, but these guys hit hard right here.
Logano finally, his luck ran out. He just
but you see these guys going across the racetrack. This is ugly down here. They're very fortunate nobody got hurt right there.
Trying to bump you. Stay on this yellow line. Chase them. Coming up high. There you go.
Pick the rear tires off the ground. Now watch this next hit.
Oh man!
Wow. That's a 180-mile-per-hour shot right there.
Man, that was brutal.
Listen to it.
I think they lost the camera on that one.
Yeah, that's incredible.
For Tony Stewart, his 36th win in his 374th start. Oh, man, there goes our camera.
And we lost another camera right there,
Daytona fans got their money's worth.
That was an incredible straightaway.
This is why everybody looks forward to the 4th of July race here at Daytona. Watch this finish.
And, you know, I don't think Stewart, I think once he sees all this, he shouldn't be beating himself up too much on this deal. I mean, like I said, you're looking at your checkered flag at Daytona. All bets are off.
Yeah.
That's a hard hit by the 18 car because he hits with the left front and then drives the driver's side into the wall.
When he gets drilled by Kane right here.
And you know, we got the safer barrier, but I'm telling you that Hans device, those things.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a shot. So he got hit. He took a shot in the front, and then he took a shot from the back. I mean, and then he got one in the door.
Oh,
see,
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's what I said. Is they were going on down. That's why I kept trying to follow the cars down. I'm like, they hit really hard past the start-finish line. Not only these cars, the 31 car. There were 2 or 3 cars that took some major licks going into turn 1 down there.
And the bad thing about this is he already has damage on the left side. That's what I hate, is seeing a car get hit twice in the same spot.
Ooh, the 9 car gets hit right dead in the door by the 31 car. You see him. Then the 20 car hits his 18 car right in the door.
I bet you that's the hardest shot he took.
Hanging tough here on the restart.
Oh, here we go.
Got trouble. That's Casey Kane that goes sideways. Joey Logano nowhere to go.
Oh, my.
Clint
Half the
Boyer
field
through
is
the grass. The big one at Daytona has happened at lap 97.
That is the huge one at Daytona.
Justin Allgaier.
Oh, and the
Denny
18
Hamlin,
gets on its roof.
And Kyle Busch rolls upside down.
Wow.
See the 26 car of Cole Witt, the 38 of David Gilliland.
Just having a good old time over here. Just hanging around. Okay, just stay buckled up. Let them get you flipped over here.
That's Kyle Busch. Yeah, there goes our antenna on the onboard of the 18. Kyle Busch. And that was I think the slowest rollover
and the latest
I've ever seen.
It was almost like a delayed reaction to the crash. Saw rookie Ryan Truex backing through your picture. He had damage. safety crews are there.
And let me tell you, that, you know, when you're upside down in one of these cars, Kyle, because you're so buckled in. Let's take a replay here. It looks like the 16 got into the 5 a little bit too hard and just turned him. And man, talk about getting piled up.
Watch the 3 car when we get another replay of Austin Dillon come shooting up through the middle and trying to avoid the accident.
26 of Cole Witt just got into the 18 to turn him over.
And watch Danica in this outside line right here. She and the 2 car of Brad Keselowski. Wow, that 1 car's up in the air right there.
All 4 tires were off the ground.
He just launched.
That was perfect. I mean, she just slowed it down enough to let everything clean off in front of her, as Brad did.
As they got to the corner, as you get to these corners, once the cars go up, they will come back down.
Especially when they slow down.
Yeah, when they slow down, they just come back down the racetrack. And that was, she was in the right place in this line to be able to whoa her car down, not get run over from behind, and just kind of, right there, she's nose to nose.
Austin Dillon, they got through that? That 3-car, man, he did a nice job getting through there as well.
Nice job by him.
We ride with Kyle Busch, who at the end of this mess goes on his roof.
22's pushing to 41. Easy, easy, easy. Get lower, 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 lower. We're in it.
Right here. And it was just because his car was on the banking and on the apron, just at the right enough angle for somebody to just kind of toss him upside down.
She runs up on the outside there, gets into the front, just gets hit in the back by the 26 car that ends up hitting the 18 car. So she's probably got a little nose damage and a little bit in the back of the car.
Second time today she's dodged a bullet.
Yeah, from the end car here.
In front of you. Stay high, back it down, 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 back it down.
Just barely gets into the car in front
Still
of her. I
inside
think
here,
that's
still
the
inside here.
38.
No lane. What do you got here? What do you got?
That's a good job.
And it just opens up.
I got hit in the front back, but...
Really good job.
With Dale Earnhardt Jr., who had just gotten back on the lead lap.
And Dale got it slowed down enough.
Yeah.
To where he could stay away from it.
Okay, around the outside, up by the wall if you can.
That's perfect.
As you look at the carnage as he drives away.
1 lap to go. Kyle Busch, defensive line into turn 1. There's something wrong with the 18. Now Ambrose trying to get second from Keselowski while he tries to get the lead from Kyle. Contact in the S's.
It's right. Got it.
Dangerous spot on the track for Kyle to be sideways. Looks like he gets off to the guardrail. No caution yet. Here's the race for the lead. Keselowski's got damage.
Second and third and fourth, the air gets worse. Not only does handling go away, but how does your car? You see the 18, huge
up into the wall. Kyle Busch in the 18 destroying that car.
Clearly had a mechanical issue or a tire go down, and clearly that just something happened. Something happened.
Yeah, right rear blew out.
Anything to go wrong in this situation. You can see him, he's drafting, everything's normal to watch. See, there was a little puff off the right rear. He had to correct the car, and then he got a little bit too much right rear wheel turned to the right and got it up into the wall. But, you know, when a tire blows like that, it makes such an explosion. It's so loud. It first startles you. It scares you. Then you have to correct the car, and now you're along for the ride. So everybody in the garage just watched that, and they're like, oh, what happened to that tire? Watch the right rear.
Yeah,
couldn't see it in that.
Puff,
just a little puff. That's when it blew out. And
such hard contact, too. So thankful for the safer barriers.
Absolutely.
The fact that there is some styrofoam in there that absorbs some of that hit, but still the damage to that car.
Watch this view. You can see when the back of the car comes out. Imagine you driving on ice. Okay, when you watch the back of the car, you're going to see a little explosion, a little puff. That's the tire blowing, and also the debris coming from when it blows out, hitting stuff in the car. Right. There it goes. The tire's down. Now the back of the car goes right. You have to turn the car to the right or it's going to spin out. You turn it to the right. Now you don't have a right rear on the car. That little bit of right wheel input made the car turn right. But that's what you have to do as a driver. And again, it's when you make those calculations as a driver.
See if he can make that work. Down on the inside, he's trying to make this pass. And I think it's going to happen. Oh, man.
Up across the racetrack and contact with the 07 car.
Reed Sorensen gets a piece. That's Jason White. Oh, my good. Wow. And a hard lick right there. He's not going to have very good things to say. You can see he's taking the lead right here. Here comes the 07 car. Chase Austin right down in front. It's gone from the outside.
So Kyle out of the car, obviously frustrated.